You're going 200 miles per hour, and that's the length of a football field every second. And at the same time, you're 6 inches from the wall.
Like, you're just sweating and your heart's just beating really, really fast. And I just feel like I'm gonna throw up. But it's so great.
You have to be a person that can make a decision and not look back. That's how life goes. You gotta make a decision, you can't look back.
There's millions of jobs out there, but being a NASCAR driver is the coolest job you could ever have.
Now at the Ultramax chassis booth in aisle 400, meet champion kart racer Annabeth Barnes.
All my friends are like saying, well, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I want to be a race car driver. And they're like, that's weird. Ever since I was like just a little 5-year-old, I said, Daddy, I want to be the first woman to win the Daytona 500. So that's kind of my goal for my life.
She's probably going to be the next Danica Patrick in NASCAR if you'll just give her about 5 or 6 more years. Remember this, you heard it here first. Annabeth Barnes will be the biggest name in NASCAR, female, ever, ever, ever.
When I first got into it, there was actually no girls at all. The boys were like, what are you doing here, you know? And I would always say, that's fine, you say that now, but, you know, wait till we get on the racetrack. So the race time comes around, and they're like, huh? You can't hide speed.
It is opening day at the Super Bowl, all rolled into one. The Daytona 500, the great American race.
Are you just want me to scuff or you want me to sand? Sand it or scuff it? What's sand?
My grandpa worked for a racing team, and he does their paint and body work. So I've grown up around it. I've been around racing ever since I was born.
White flag, 1 lap to go.
That's it. It's his.
Yes.
Harvick
Oh, no.
comes Harvick, the 29 with Matt.
Oh, he got loose.
Come on, buddy. Got it.
Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race.
Spin him. Spin him. Come on, Mighty Mark.
Yes.
Got that thing, bud.
Side by side, right to the line. Big crash.
Oh, he got him. No!
Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500. They're wrecking everywhere.
If I'm not racing, I'm not happy. That's really all I care about.
Brandon has no fear. No fear of nothing. So you say, Brandon, that's hot. He got to touch it and see if it's hot. Just the way the kid is.
He is just wide open. I mean, wide open. This kid's had more scars, more stitches before he was 5 years old than I ever had in my life.
Morning Marshall Green Middle School. From the time we are small children, our parents and teachers try to mold us into successful and caring adults. But in the end, we have to decide our own character. Each one of us must choose to be responsible, caring, and trustworthy. It's a choice no one else can make for us. With something to think about, this is Josh Hobson. So make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. In the cafeteria today, it's Oriental chicken with veggies and rice or tuna croissant. Enjoy whatever you choose. The choice is yours.
I've been principal here for 20 years, and he's in my top 10 of the, I guess, 12 to 15,000 students that have gone through here over that time. So, pretty terrific kid.
Should be there for my face.
Hey, Mac. I can't wait till this weekend. Can't wait.
Yeah, where are you racing?
North Carolina.
Nice.
All right, first race of the season.
Charlotte, right?
Yep.
North Carolina.
Turn left onto I-75 South. Now arriving at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
15 hours and 35 minutes. Want to walk the track? 3 in the morning, what else? What else is better to do than walk the track? Getting excited now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're in for a treat.
Welcome to the Lowe's Motor Speedway, the first race in our 5-race National Championship Series.
The WK is kind of like the Little League for professional racing, and a lot of your top drivers started out right here.
Most people think go-karts are great for bouncing around the yard and having fun as a kid, but these things out here are 70 and 80 mile an hour racing machines. They got 1 inch of ground clearance. Your butt is 1 inch off the ground running, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour with no suspension.
The National Series brings together some of the best kart racers in the entire country. If you're interested in being a professional driver, this is the series you have to win. Over the next 6 months, we're going to have a 5-race series. We have different age classes, and in each age class, the driver with the most points at the end of the year will be crowned the national champion.
How wide do you get out right here?
You come to about right here. And then when that new line starts, from back there, probably have him right here.
I've been around racing for many years, and Brandon's one of the most talented drivers I've ever seen. If he just learned to keep his cool, he'll be a good little driver. This is where you come off at right there. Last year, he should have won the national championship, but he got disqualified at the last race for rough driving. So Brandon's got a lot to prove this year, and to win the national championship, he's just going to have to keep his cool.
You got to kind of hit the corner at an angle, like arc it.
You say so.
This year, I'm moving up to a new class. Being 11, that's going to be hard for me because everybody else is older. I feel a little nervous. There's other kids here that are just as good as me or better than me, and it's chilling.
When you just go down the straightaway like this.
I've won state races, I've won tri-state championships, but national is the best of the best.
When you're a national champion and you have the suit that says national champion on it, it's just kind of like a mark. People see that suit and kind of expect a really good driver. How you doing, Buck?
Gosh.
Uh-oh. Oh! He tried catching it.
You think that girl's pretty? Tell the truth.
I'm not thinking about that. What do you think?
No, I'm just asking.
No, you're asking me the questions. No, you answer.
Just tell me. do you think she's pretty?
I don't know. She's a good driver.
A lot of people think that racing is all about the equipment, but really how you drive is just as important. I mean, the shortest way around the track is just hugging the inside, but if you try to stay on the inside at top speed, you're gonna spin out. So you have to go wide into the turns. But if you go too wide through the turns, you're gonna leave an opening for people to pass you. So you have to find the right line and hit your marks for all 20 laps. But when you get out there, it's crazy. Other people's lines cross yours, there's people crashing, there's bumps in the track. So a lot of times they're just like, forget the plan. You gotta trust your guts and instinct.
Senior class drivers, all senior class drivers, please report to the grid at this time. Your race is about to begin. Senior class drivers are in formation with Brandon Boren's yellow number 2 card on the pole as they look for the green flag to start the race. They get the green flag and your senior class event is underway.
Come on, baby, drive that thing. Let's go.
With 1 lap down and 19 to go, Brandon Warren is holding the lead with Cody Slattery right behind him.
Hey, Trace, boy. Go get up, boy.
Slattery sneaking up on Brandon Warren. He takes the lead. Warren can't get inside. 2 more cars get by him, putting it back into the 4th position. 1 more lap to go. In 3rd place, Stanley Caroline. In 4th, you have Jeff Lewis. And rounding out your top 5 is Brandon Warren coming into turn 2. As he comes around turn 4, Cody Slattery will win your senior class event here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Hey, guys, big smile. Hey, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Don't walk away mad, okay?
I'm not mad.
Don't let this little bit of stuff right here upset you, okay? I'm trying to get you ready for life. Life ain't all real smooth. It's a lot of hills and bumps in it. You got to be cool under pressure, baby. You got to be cool under pressure.
Junior class drivers, all junior class drivers, please report to the grid. Your race is about to begin.
Before you race, you work up all this adrenaline. But once you're behind the wheel and the green flag drops, all your nerves are gone, and then you get in this kind of zone that you can't get anywhere else.
The drivers are in formation. The flagman looks them over. They get the green flag, and your junior class season is underway. Card 57 of Christopher Rhodes in your lead. Josh Hobson's black number 10 a close second. Annabeth Barnes, orange number 4 card goes around turn 1. Trouble, Devin Karen spins out going into turn 2. Annabeth Barnes sneaks between those 2 cars. Josh Hobson comes around turn 3 looking for a hole. He finds it. Josh Hobson takes your lead. 2 more laps to go with your leader number 10, Josh Hobson, pulling out of turn 4. But look out for Walker. He is making a move on Josh Hobson. Takes the lead, but Hobson takes it back. Josh Hobson, your leader, once again into the backstretch. He's looking to start off the year with a win here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. He doesn't. Josh Hobson goes to victory lane.
Nice racing out there. That was awesome. Dude, I got through. Nice job. What's your name again?
Russ.
Yeah, I knew that. Russ.
Down here with your feature event winner, Josh Hobson.
It's probably one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. It's really close racing, and that's what we came down for.
What's the deal, Anna?
They pinched me down the start, and I hate myself. It's not fair.
And why couldn't you come back up through there?
I don't know.
That guy that was in front of you, he was, you know, see how high he was getting in? I mean, I need you to go ahead and lift that corner, but in the apex, not at the entrance. Or bring your tires down to the very bottom in the center, but just leave it out there. It'll cut. You ain't got to worry about it cut.
Tires, Anna.
track, you're running it, and you're flying.
We're about to cut.
That wouldn't have been possible without KSR racing engines and all the guys from Pro Kart racing chassis.
Excellent. Josh Hobson at victory lane for the first time this year in your junior class series here at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Good job, guys.
Tell me about the last lap.
Great day. I just got to thank DuPont and Pepsi and Quaker State GMHC, all the folks from Nicorette and Georgia Pacific.
I like to look and see how they do in interviews and see how, you know, when I get into the bigger stuff, how I would do. And I want to learn. I need to learn more. I got a lot left I need to learn. I'm kind of like a perfectionist. I will stay up all night writing my essays for school until it's the way I want it. I'm a really perfectionist on the track, and I think that's why I'm fast. I'm really consistent with my lap times.
Good job.
This is my room right in here. It's all my trophies. They're a combination of the championships and Grand Nationals. And the littler Eagles are all divisional. And all the other trophies here are national wins.
I got this spreadsheet here that I keep track of all the points in the series. So Josh won race 1, which is great for us. This is a big year for Josh. Kid gets to 12, 13 years old is when you need to decide whether it's going to be a hobby race in go-karts or if they are going to try to make a career out of racing, that they're going to move up into race cars. There's a racing resume that we have together for Josh, and I think it looks good for potential sponsors to have on there that he's a national champion.
People don't understand racing because they think, you know, oh, they're just running around in a circle. But, you know, we don't understand, like, baseball, like people standing out in the field and one person trying to hit them a ball. What, you know, they might not even hit it to them, so we think that's crazy, you know? Racing is just, it's an addiction. It's definitely an addiction. And, you know, we got it bad. We got it bad.
When I started racing, my mom was like, okay, we're just not gonna get big into it. You know, we're just gonna see how it's gonna turn out and, you know, roll with it. We raced 48 weekends out of 52 this past year. We raced Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Christmas Day. We left after we had dinner at my grandma's house to go to a race. Like, not even NASCAR people do that much racing. But I love racing. Hey, I'm gonna go ride around for a little bit.
Okay.
When you're 11 and 12, basically your whole life is filled with people telling you what to do. But when you're racing, you make your own decision. I'm gonna pass this person now, I'm gonna wait a lap. You're totally independent.
Oh, that's some old stuff.
Like, my family has been racing for years and years and years, since the moonshine runs in the mountains. My mom when she had long hair. My dad. My best friend, her dad's a doctor, and her brother wants to be a doctor. They just have a nice, good family of doctors. But we're racers, and I believe I was born to race. I believe that that's God's given talent to me.
There's Annabeth.
I look like a boy.
I got suspended for 3 days. I got in a fight with a kid.
We just started like brawling,
Like, he threw me in the mud puddle, and I got up, and I just took his knees out, and I went like this, and I just chopped his knees out from under him. It was so fun, though. It was fun, but, like, crazy. I got a bad temper. You know, like Tony Stewart, I got a bad temper like him. I actually grew up here. I lived with my mom until I was 4 years old, and then I moved in here, and my grandparents raised me from then on, and so basically they're my parents.
Gotta put you to work, baby boy. Take these lights off.
Can't do it. My foot hurt.
Your tail gonna hurt if you don't come on up here.
Inside peanut butter, outside jelly. 7 days in a week, 7 different Chevys. Black SS with the top blowed off. Mess with them boys, get your top blowed off. I got 99 problems, but pot ain't one. If you having pot problems, I feel bad for you, son. Hey, stop. Pot is
I
cold.
ain't trying to get you wet. If I was trying to get you wet, I'd do that right there.
You say you missed. Stop.
Keep on, you're gonna take a shower.
Man, stop talking. You waste your breath every day talking to me. If you spray me with that, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it at you. You don't think I will. If you spray me with it. Oh, no, you just didn't.
What you doing?
Oh, no, you just didn't.
I know you better not. I know you better not. Only thing I can tell you is go for what you know. This is where he first started. That's it. I'd have a car right here, and that boy would take his little shoe, little plastic shoe, and ride that thing around cars all day long. I'd like to know how many miles is on that thing.
This year, I'm a lot different at school than I am at the track. It's like a whole nother person. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 5. Like, my friends, they know I race, but they don't think it's a big deal. They just don't understand.
Oh, that's the shirt he got you? Oh, she made that up.
Like, I could not be caught dead wearing, like, my racing shoes to school. At school, I'm flirty and definitely more girly.
What? Trevor? What do you say? What do you say? Trevor Cook wants to go out with you? Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Are you going to say yes? Hey, let's just be friends. No.
Oh, you want to see my autobiography? Okay. Starts off with contents. I want to be remembered for being a great race car driver. My whole life, all I've wanted to do is race. Proudest. My proudest moment was when I won my first ever blue plate race. People to meet: Casey Kane, Dolly Parton, Jesse McCartney, the President, and God. Things to learn: how to count to 1 billion, how to not watch TV, how to shut my mouth, and how to roll back time. There's one other one, but I don't think I want to hear it. Number 5. That's pretty funny.
Bruce come in. Miss Brandon's dad, he come in for the week. I'm gonna stay to maybe the week or next week or something like that. Maybe 3 weeks, I don't know. I don't think he knows sometimes. Not being smart or cute, but sometimes he like old hound dog, he come in and out. Brandon's dad was in prison for most of Brandon's life. I'd say almost for the time he was born, basically. His mother was involved with drugs also. And Brandon come to live with us, you know, with me and Kathy. His dad's intentions are real good, but I get worried when he comes around.
You hit that woman head on.
The key switch went through my knee, put a big hole in my knee, and the airbag went off. Cracked my sternum. And I had 3.5-inch gash that was down to the bone. Yeah, it was treacherous. It was rough.
I really don't see him a lot, and then like he just comes around, and then I'm just like I just like feel weird like being around him. I never get to see him so. I don't know. When I come to a race, I don't even think about what's going on at home. It just, everything goes away. I don't think about anything except racing.
I'm really enjoying spending time with Brandon. We're more like brothers than we are father and son. I don't call her back. What you know about Tracy, buddy?
Sorry
that she missed me.
And she's been doing fine.
Well, I run it back
and heard her say those words
100 times. I remember when I was 13, I was hard-headed. He was too. He's got it in his blood too. I want him to have patience. I never had patience. I always lost my cool so quick, man, and he's got that, honestly. It's in him.
If my mom was here, her trailer would not look near how it looks. This is actually pretty clean for 2 guys in the trailer.
One guy and a boy. You know, I gotta call your mom. Hey, where do you put, like, these crock pots and stuff? I gotta try to clean this place up. Yeah, he's a big boy. That's what I said. Well, why'd you tell your mom you didn't eat till late last night?
I didn't do that. I didn't tell her. She said, "Did you eat yet?" And I was like,
yes.
"No, Grandpa's bringing."
Dad's been feeding me ever since.
Oh yeah. I'll remember next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, church service is about to begin over by the WKA trailer.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, oh glory. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, oh glory. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine every day, every day. I'm gonna let my little light shine.
Here, put some Red Bull in that. It's gonna be good.
I don't like anything.
Yeah, Red Bull goes with everything.
That's kind of like people that like.
Have you seen Days of Thunder?
Is it good?
So cool. It's about cold tripping. He rides a Harley Davidson. And
Your race is about to begin. Once again, all drivers, please report to the grid.
Brandon, wait up!
Are you gonna watch my race?
Yeah, man. You wanna watch my race?
I watch the race every time.
Drivers, start your engines. Your senior class drivers are in formation with Brandon Warren's yellow number 2 card on the pole as they look for the green flag to start the race. They get the green flag and your senior class event is underway. The leader, Brandon Warren, goes wide into turn 3. Justin Fulmer takes the hold. Richie Good follows. Brandon Warren trying to hold on to the 3rd spot, but Cardinal out of Seawright won't let him in. with a steady pace to the rear. This is not what Brandon Warren wanted to see. Now currently running in your 6th position, still with pressure from behind. At the front of the pack. Come on, big dog, ride it, thing.
Come on.
Coming off turn 4, Brandon Warren stays down low.
Pull on by, pull on, don't you back out. Don't you back out.
Come on, Brandon.
Brandon Warren gets by Cody Slattery in car number 71, putting him into the 4th spot. He turns his sights to car 27. He is picking off one car at a time.
Make that run, baby. Make that run. Go get it.
One more to go, baby. One more.
Look out for Brandon Warren. He is down to the inside and passes Richie Good for the lead.
Checkout time.
1 lap to go as car 11 currently running in 2nd. Sees Brandon Warren pulling further and further away. Brandon Warren up the back stretch for one last time. Will win your senior class event here at Orange County Raceway.
That's what I'm talking about, son. That's how you represent, baby. Hey, did you see me on the front when I did that checkout time?
Good job, baby.
Bless you, Jesus. Give me some love, baby. Good driving, dog. Good driving. Level head, I love it.
Brandon Warren, you fell back to about the 6th or 7th position. You ended up getting the lead a little past halfway to go. An excellent run for you. You're back in victory lane.
Yes, sir. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for keeping us all safe out there. My grandpa, my dad, and Wayne Oakley, and I love all you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations, Brandon Warren. Once again, visits victory lane here at Orange County. Junior class drivers, all junior class drivers, please report to the grid at this time. Your race is about to begin.
And after that first race, I think she was just disappointed in herself because she knew that all these kids were thinking she's going to be a pushover. And I think she knows she has something to prove. And, you know, there's that part of me that's the mom part. And it makes me just want to, you know, hug her and say, hey, it don't matter if you were first or last, I love you. And then there's that competitive side, you know, that want me to say, yeah, you get in that champ buggy and you go out there and you show them who you are.
On the pole in orange, number 4 car is Annabeth Barnes, Dylan Izzo in 2nd, Hayden Newcomb in 3rd, Tyler Walker in 4th, and Josh Hobson in car number 10, rounding out your top 5. A look towards the flag stand, it's green flag, and they're underway down on turn 1. Annabeth Barnes takes the early lead with number 88, Hayden Newcomb behind her, and Josh Hobson, number 10, behind him. Annabeth Barnes, feeling the heat, goes a little wide, and a mistake will cost her the lead.
Doing real good.
Josh Hobson's black number 10 car pushes past Annabeth Barnes into 2nd place. Hayden Newcomb in the lead, and Josh Hobson in 2nd, pulling away from Annabeth Barnes. Annabeth Barnes closes the gap, and it's a 3-man race again. Josh Hobson moves down low on Hayden Newcomb. Annabeth Barnes follows him, leaving Hayden Newcomb behind in 3rd place. Josh Hobson goes wide into the turn. Annabeth Barnes takes the pole. Heath Newcomb comes out underneath her. And they are side by side going into the final lap of the race. Down the backstretch for one last time. And Hayden Newcomb goes to victory lane. Rookie Annabeth Barnes takes second and Josh Hobson in third.
Down here trackside with Hayden Newcomb, and what a very hard-fought win when both Annabeth Barnes and Josh Hobson was right there behind you.
I thought they were going to get me right at the last lap. I was nervous. I was about to puke.
Good race, guys. Congratulations, Hayden.
Hey, you guys just pulled away from that.
Yeah. Good job, Anna. About had him.
Should have stuck it in there. That last lap.
That's all right. That's all right, baby. You done a good job. You drove a good race.
She just wants to win every race. But she's just got to understand that she's a rookie. She's one of the youngest ones out there. And she's finishing second and she's aggravated. I mean, come on. She's got to realize, hey, this is the national level. You know, we're with the best of the best now.
Well then, little brother. Well, okay, now you're my big brother.
Yeah. I'm not that short.
No, not really.
You're just tall, that's all.
I went out with shorter people.
Look, this is what she gave me before I left.
Who?
Annabeth Barnes. She took my truck before I left.
She gave it back to me. She said, look behind it, and then she ran. She was like ran, and I was just looking on the back.
What's your number?
But boy, what are you gonna do tomorrow at school?
I'm tired. I ain't going to school tomorrow.
Oh, yes, you are going to school, man. You watch.
No, my states. That's all we do is
They're
study.
capitals?
Yes.
Okay.
North Dakota.
Yeah, what's the capital of North Dakota?
Oh, hold on. Pierre.
How about New Jersey?
Trenton.
Georgia.
Atlanta.
Alabama.
Montgomery.
Ohio.
Columbus.
What's Oregon?
Cheyenne.
Wrong. You need to go to school then.
I ain't going to
I'll give you some schooling.
Don't even touch me. Don't even
You
come
little
here.
punk.
Still got you. Got you. Daddy, help me.
All right, let me get out of your way.
I'm just playing.
I owe him everything. He's taught me a lot. And he's done the same with Brandon. I'd be happy to be half the man he is. I'd really be happy with that. I'm nowhere near it now.
Well, 2 races down, 3 to go.
We have to train, right, Dad?
Well, we don't have to race for a month and a half, so I don't think we need to train today, do we?
Yeah. Turn the heat on. That's as high as it gets. Welcome to the jungle. During the summer, we roll the windows up, we turn the heater all the way on. So when we go out on the racetrack, we're used to the heat. Bobby Allison was a driver that used to do this.
That's how we trained for a NASCAR race in Alabama, driving around with the heat on, he said, so. Josh heard that.
We've been training ever since.
Man.
Our first time that we did this, his shirt was soaked, and I didn't even have one drop on my forehead. Heat exhaustion, it can make your mind do crazy things. You can black out. No, keep it on. You can make simple mistakes as a driver, and then you think about it, and you think, why did I do that, you know?
Okay, we're done training.
No, we go until I sweat.
I don't think Josh even thinks of the danger.
People say to me,
Aren't you nervous because Josh goes so fast on the racetrack? And I worry about that. I can't imagine a mother that wouldn't. But in every sport, there is potential for danger. I know kids that have blown out their ACLs in basketball. You know, I know kids that have broken collarbones in the 8th grade during football. I had 2 kids last year. It's out there in all sports. I don't think racing's any more than any other sport. But there's times that I get really nervous watching them, and there's been times that I've sat in the trailer and just listened. But, you know, every time I can look out, I'll look out. But you like to keep them in that little bubble and keep them your little baby forever, but you can't really do that.
Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Tell me, Jesus! Tell me, Jewish God!
Annabeth loves this movie. Hello? Is this Anna? Yeah. You know who this is? Who? Brandon?
Notice he's washing the dishes. Again.
Randy got it made.
Yeah, he does. I know somebody else got it made too. See what he's doing? He's reading the magazine.
No, you told me first. All right, you say it on the count of 3, then I say it on the count of 3. All right, you ready? 1, 3. Why didn't you say something? Nah, I really was, and then I heard you not say anything, so I mumbled. I promise on everything I tell you if you tell me. It rhymes with random. Random. Is that the name? Is it Brandon? Are you serious? It rhymes with Sanareth. Sanaketh. Sanaketh. I don't know. What is so funny? What? I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of anything else. What, do you get who I'm talking about?
Straight back.
I can't do it. Is that it?
Give it a third, then second. Third.
Oops. Then second. Get pretty good at this, kind of.
First.
First?
Over here.
This is my last year in karting. Racing a car is definitely the next step for me.
Don't you have to be 16 to race this car, though?
12.
12? That's it?
She's going to be legal age next month to do it. Yeah, and some kids are not ready to stock car race at 12, but I think some kids are.
It's bigger. You have to switch gears. I can't really do that good. I'll have to learn.
I'm going to sell the motorcycle to pay for this.
I thought you took it out of my college tuition.
I did, but I'm going to put it back in there when I sell my motorcycle.
I don't need to go to college.
You do.
I go to college every weekend. Did you go to college?
No.
And?
Yeah, I should have.
Mom didn't go to college.
No, but she should have too. Back in those days, you could work hard enough to make it. These days, you got to be smart enough to make it. I don't care how hard you work.
Smarter than you.
I know you are.
How am I going to race while I'm in college?
You will.
In this area, most people work in the textiles and in the furniture industry, and that's what I've done my whole life, too. Would I like to have done something else? Yeah, I probably would have. but I'm not gonna knock this job either because it's provided for me and my family and I can't knock that. Would I want my kid to do it? No. I wouldn't want my kid in here. If we would not be racing, I probably wouldn't be working. But I want to give my kid the opportunity that I didn't have to do and be what they want to be. I mean, I love racing, but she's so darn smart in school. She could be anything she wanted to be. I mean, she come to me and say, look, I'm going to medical school, I want to be a doctor, then that's what I'm going to stand behind her. If she would come into me and say, I want to work in furniture, then I'm going to stand behind her. We all dream, but sometimes we don't follow our dreams because we're scared to or we don't have the money. But I want Anna to be able to follow her dream because I didn't have a chance to.
Brother's wearing beads and he smokes a lot of dope. Mama is depressed, barely makes a sound. Daddy's got a girlfriend in another town. Blaring Leonard Skinner on the radio. Nanny, you get the most mail I've ever seen. I don't never get anything.
You're not supposed to get a lot of mail.
Yeah, I'm supposed to get letters from girls.
Well, that ain't my fault, dear.
You got a thing from that charter school, whatever thing. Am I definitely going, or are you just looking into it?
I'm looking.
Why do you want to send me to that?
They teach you skills,
Nanny.
discipline.
Nanny, I don't care about that stuff. I got discipline. What do you think Pa does when I mess up?
Good character and personal responsibility.
Nanny, you know they're saying that just because that's a book. Is the military for bad kids?
No.
Ain't that what crazy kids go to? ADD kids?
No.
Yeah, them kids is hyper...
No.
Why do you want to put me in there? What did I do wrong?
Brandon, it's not what you did wrong. It's what you can do better.
Hargrave.
Yeah.
It's got your name written all over, buddy.
Look at the stupid thing you gotta wear.
But I think you look very handsome.
I'm not doing that. I swear to God, I'm not.
Then you know what you gotta do?
No.
You gotta quit learning to love to fight.
Oh, so that's what I done wrong. I thought you said I didn't do nothing wrong.
But him got it so naturally, Grandma.
I know he did. He got that mouth natural, too.
Him love to fight. Look at him.
I thought you said I didn't do nothing wrong. Then you said come up from fighting.
Don't you want to be the best at what you do?
I race.
Welcome to the historic Occoneechee Speedway Trail.
Dude, that's what it looked like right there.
The only surviving speedway from NASCAR's inaugural 1949 season. Yeah, this is the track right here. We're in turn 1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
The 1 mile oval was active from 1948 to 1968, attracting the best stock car drivers and thousands of spectators.
I bet when it first started, people like Junior Johnson and stuff used to race on this mother.
Lee Petty, Richard Petty. Probably had no idea that it'd be turned out that big.
Jay, you think I'm gonna make it pro?
It's harder than you think it is.
Look at that.
Oh, that must be the
oh,
stands.
dude, that was the bleachers.
That looks like some ancient Mayan temple or something.
Oh, my God. This is cool.
Pretty dang on neat.
How many tickets have you had?
Oh, God. 3, 4.
How many do you think I'll get when I start?
You'll have your fair share. Insurance is gonna be out the roof on you.
No, it ain't, dude. Why do y'all always think that?
Because you always got something to prove.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
No, I don't understand. You always got something to prove.
What are you talking about? What's that mean?
You want to be the cool kid in the crowd.
No, I don't. Oh, you really think that?
Yes, you are.
Oh, my God.
Yes, you are. It's going to be like the, hey, watch this boy, and that never ends up good.
Dude, oh, my God. I can't believe you just said that, Jay.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I'm going to be getting Brandon out of jail.
I welcome everyone back to the 4th annual Hobson Benefit Golf Outing. Please put your hands together. I'd like to say grace. Lord, we thank you mostly for racing and the love generally shared in the sport. Please allow us to make good decisions and to not look back as we move forward. We pray in your wonderful name. Amen.
Amen. Racing's really expensive. Yeah, with the equipment, travel, food, it's about $5,000 a race.
We have some 50-50 tickets, $1 a piece.
This outing here definitely does help out, get us through another weekend.
Thank you. Good luck.
But when Josh moves up into a car, that's gonna take, you know, a big sponsor.
It's just kind of like a race outside of the real race. It's like a sponsorship race.
Sponsors are looking for a good driver, but they're also looking for someone that looks good and that's a good spokesperson for their company.
You gotta think the sponsors are putting out the money. You gotta make sure you do what you're told. So if they tell me to drink a Pepsi, you know, and every time there's a camera around me, I grab my Pepsi and...
Ultramax is one of the big chassis builders in racing. They give us our chassis for free. Ultramax like sponsored me because I am a girl, so when I go out there and win a race, then all the other people's dads, they say, oh, if a girl can win on an Ultramax, well, so can my little boy. So they all go out and buy Ultramax. I mean, that's totally sexist and wrong, but if it gets Ultramax more customers, then it's okay with me.
Did you get it? Man, after this year, my racing career is pretty much over. We ain't gonna be able to race next year because, you know, it just costs too much. So. You just gotta have money, and we never really got good with sponsors and stuff.
If he wants to be a champion, this is the last year he needs to do it. He needs to get in there and drive hard. It's his last year because, hey, we can't afford it.
Can I do it?
Yeah, mix it up.
Okay. Smells good.
NASCAR has developed this whole driver diversity program for the minority and the female drivers. And it's literally, you know, a full-time sponsorship. And we've heard the rumors that NASCAR is actually looking into the WKA program and is going to pick, you know, some karters and try to bring these younger karters on up.
Okay,
taste it?
Yeah, just taste it and make sure.
Spoon. Cool.
It just raises the stakes higher. It means that every race that somebody might be watching her to bring her into the NASCAR Driver Diversity Program.
I don't think I've ever seen a waterfall, like a natural.
You have to.
I've never seen a natural waterfall. I've seen like a made one.
You're such a deprived child.
I know I am. I'm so deprived.
There it is.
Are those Canadians? Oh, snap.
Man, that's so awesome.
Oh my God. That is so pretty. Hey, call Daddy. He looks like a dork. Hey. We're at Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Brandon. Was that Brandon?
Yeah.
Where's he at?
He's already at the track.
Annabeth launch car number 4 in third. Josh Hobson passes her on the inside.
Gotta go, Josh. Get by him now.
Josh Hobson wins. Congratulations, Josh Hobson. At turn 3, Warren still trying to hold off C-Right, and they both down the front stretch into turn 1. Brandon Warren wins. Another first place finish, Brandon Warren has locked up your senior class national championship.
I wanna hold your little hand if I can be so bold.
And Josh Thompson wins again.
I wanna hold your little hand if I can be so bold. If I can be so bold. If I can be so bold.
Yep. There she is. Look how beautiful it looks. Isn't that cool? Excuse me. See you, Hank!
Down! Sit! Hey! Yo, go! I want to be open.
I like racing, but my dad, he loves racing. Like, he couldn't go a day without talking about racing or thinking about racing. Like, he thinks nothing could be better than racing. Like, nothing in the world.
Yeah! Go!
Set, hut.
Go!
Ah! No! Bubble! Get it! No! No!
Can I paint your nails? It's clear.
No, buddy, I'm
It'll
sorry.
make them all shiny.
Girls are supposed to be shiny, not guys. Here.
What are you doing? I'm gonna be all alone. Are you retarded?
Yes. I am, for your information.
What's you?
Well, nighttime let her through. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Wanna see you. Precious little thing with eyes that dance around without their clothes. So buy a pretty dress, wear it out tonight for anyone you think it ought to me. Oh, better still, be my winding wheel.
When they get to middle school, they start changing. You're almost like, where's my kid? Just this summer, she's changed a lot. She had all her baby dolls out. She's had them out this week playing with them. And, you know, she won't play with baby dolls one day, but then she wants to be grown up the next.
When I was littler, it was easy, you know, to just go to the track and race and win. You know, that was easy for me because it's all I knew. But now there's all this other stuff, all these other doors opening for me. The summer, you know, boys. Like last week, my best friend had her birthday party, and pretty much there's something going on every week that we're gone, and it's so stupid. Like, you really start to think, is this what I want to do? And it's hard for like 11, 12, 13-year-old to think about what they want to do for the rest of their life. Ow.
Yeah, I don't want racing to keep her from being a kid.
But I mean, if she's gonna do it professionally, I mean, we can't go to the race once a month, and we can't come up here one night a week, and you know, it can't be done like that. If you're gonna be a professional, whatever, tennis player, you're gonna make sacrifices for your ultimate goal. But as she gets older, there's a lot more pressure on her to, her friends would say, why you gotta go to a race? Then she might say, why do I have to go to a race? And then, so. All in all, it's not been that way. If it was and it continued to be that way, I mean, we'd just, you know, no sense in going through all this, you know.
I can sense when things are starting to mess up, when Bruce is starting to screw up, or, you know, you can sense it. I can sense it. Even my wife can sense it. You know, we both sit there and we talk about it. I said, something's up. You know, something's wrong.
Pa, look. I'm gonna go deep in the streets.
Now, don't go crazy.
No, come on, like that. That's good, right there. That's good. That's perfect. The secret is kneading. Kneading it and putting it up in a ball. Is that the secret, Pa?
That's the secret. You get the flour on your hands, and that way it won't stick to your hands. Don't you need something about this stuff?
I asked Nene for some flour. That's all the flour.
Not to cook around here.
I know how to cook. Yeah, who taught you to make them? I did.
So you didn't either.
That was some crazy stuff, man. It's expensive, man. I didn't know it was that expensive. It's some crazy stuff, man. As long as they won't,
Thank you, Dad.
Stranger. How you been, man?
Good. How are
seeing
you?
you.
Yeah, man. There he is.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get myself into, but kind of looking at something like this here. So.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Well, it was a little scary at first. It's still scary when he goes out, but you know, I know he can handle it. So it was a big transition, from 12 horsepower to 500 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's fast. There were a lot of people told us we were crazy. Put him in the late model from the go-karts, but we learned how to drive.
Yep.
Hop in over here, Josh.
Okay. Feels good climbing into a car. Oh. Wow, this is nice. Jeez.
This is a bad thing.
Oh, man.
I'm getting too excited now.
Well, I love it. I want it to be a part of me.
Well, you go to about 140 miles an hour in the backstretch.
Oh.
Gives you chills. And gives your dad a heart attack.
Yeah, you be ready for this here soon. Your daddy ready now. He just trying to talk himself into it.
Pass the vegetables, buddy. Get some vegetables.
Where's the vegetables? Ooh, all right.
I heard you did a donut in the golf cart in someone's backyard yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Josh?
I didn't. Not yesterday.
Look at me.
I didn't. I
Josh.
swear.
Come here. Whose yard?
Grandpa's.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me and you had a deal.
I know.
What was the deal?
I would never do a donut again.
Without
permission.
Right. Did you have permission?
No, but Dad said something about, are you gonna go do a burnout in Grandpa's backyard?
I don't care if 50 people
But I
are
still-
encouraging you to do it.
Yeah, I understand.
You
I have
make
the final decision.
That's right. And the choices that you make, you are the
And
one.
I made the decision yesterday to do a donut. Only one.
Mm-hmm. We have our deals, so if I hear of any more, it's parked for 2
Part.
weeks. Straight.
2 months.
All right. 2 months.
Hello. It was supposed to be. All right, well, I'll have a check out to you this week. All right. Thanks. I don't read these bills too much.
Timothy, we have to figure out what we're doing.
We have to think and make some huge decisions. Right, dear?
Yes, dear. We're definitely overextended. We probably should, be putting money away or something, but...
Yeah, it definitely should be going somewhere else. I mean, I know both kids need to get to the dentist and get some things done, and you kind of like, okay, wait till season's over and get caught up on that stuff.
We got 130, 40, 50 grand in go-karts, and our goal now is just sell the trailer, sell everything. Go buy a race car. I mean, it's just something that you feel like you gotta do. Sport like this. Just look at.
It's like our own city.
I think they say they get about 110,000 people here.
Wow.
It's amazing. This is Josh's first NASCAR race. A friend of mine at Toyota got his pit passes. You really got to be careful now because cars come off the track. They're going to come flying through here to go to their garage, make changes, and head back.
Pressure gauge is us.
Kevin Harvey, there's Tony Stewart.
Look at that ladies all over him. Man, isn't this awesome?
There's Richard Petty standing up there with the hat on. There's Junior right there.
Oh my gosh, he's pretty cute.
Look at all the people standing by Jeff Gordon for his interview. Jeez. Come with me, hurry. To Jeff Gordon, come on. We can't. Yeah, we can, come on. Hey, Jeff. I think if you get a second, I'd like to talk to you. I'm a national champion go-kart racer.
Oh, you are?
I know you were, too.
Yeah? You race road courses or ovals?
Pavement oval.
Pavement ovals?
Yep.
Where at?
It's the World Karting Association.
Good for you. What are your next plans?
Well, I'm not quite sure Appreciate it, Jeff.
All right, man. Thank you. Take care.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Did he ask you your name?
No. I probably should have told him. Should have asked him to get me some connections.
That's no good no better than this right here. But
No, it doesn't.
the only thing better than this is you out on the track and me up here.
Oh, God.
You know, I had all kinds of mess going on. Monday night, Brandon called me. He said, Pa, he said, Daddy's been out all weekend. Drinking, drugging, and whatever. Using foul language and stuff. And she cussed out Nanny. And I said, well, I'll take care of that when I come home. But when I got home, I called Brandon a snitch. He said, well, I'm gonna whoop him when he comes down here. That's my son. I said, well, to be a father, you got to be around a child. And put your hands on him. And he left that night.
But I don't really care anymore. What's wrong? No, stay. Look, don't leave me, Red. Red, I need you. No, come here. No, Red, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
And next thing I know, it happened. Bruce broke in the house. My stuff was stolen. Put in the pawn shop, I don't know what he got for it. My heart just felt like it was ripped out last week. He's in downtown jail right now, waiting on his court date.
Are you going through like something crisis?
No.
Not later.
Hey God, I don't know where you've been lately. Hey God, what's wrong with life? Hey God, what's wrong with you?
Another youngin' out there, he said, you want to join the Marine Corps? He said, when I come back from the Marine Corps, he said, I'm gonna whoop my daddy. I'm gonna whoop him.
And that's just how fast it happens right there.
We'll catch you some bass. You'll be feeling better, won't you, boy?
Ain't gonna catch nothing.
Man, please. You keep fishing this place long enough, and you're gonna get you a nice one.
Let's make a bet. I bet we don't catch nothing. What do you bet?
I'm fixing to get me one right here and now.
Well, I might stop. I'm stopping. I don't think I can't do nothing without them biting me. Little horsefly.
Brandon, when you're out there racing, when there's a crash next to you, you got to keep your eyes focused, because if you don't keep your eyes focused, you'll be in a crash. Here you go.
Casey. Oh, snap. He caught one. Let me get him, Pa. Yeah, boy.
Dad, no, it's gonna mess up my hair.
Sorry.
Dad, I just fixed it. It's hot in here.
Oh, let me get some ice.
Do you sweat when you race?
No, it's comfortable. Of course you sweat.
What about when it's cold?
Yeah, because it still gets hot. It's not like a go-kart. It's going to be about 150, maybe 200 degrees. Put your hands on the wheel. Put your hands like you're going to drive in driving position.
Well, I don't know my driving position.
We'll make it one. Does it need to be higher or lower?
No, it's fine.
Well, don't
it really is fine.
I mean, it's going to be way hotter than that when you're
I know, I don't like this helmet.
Jeez.
Woo!
Okay.
Sweating like a hound dog.
Just hang right there tight. I'm going to do one thing. All right. Okay, here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Okay, can I start it?
When that gets done.
Are you done?
No.
Are you almost done? Hey, can I start it now?
No, I'm not finished, honey.
It's absolutely killing me, man. Oh, I see the light. Are you done now?
In a minute. Right now. She can start it.
Okay, how do you start it? Okay, so which, okay,
Wait.
you click this.
Wait on.
Make sure you got it.
Well, that was awesome.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Karting Association's Grand National Race, capping off our 5-race series.
Brandon's had a tough year, but hopefully if he does the right thing today, he'll come bring home a national championship, and I think that'll go a long way for him.
When we going out?
Whenever they call you.
Good. Well, yeah. I had to help him once.
You want to go now?
Yeah, might as well. Let me find some tape to go with the motor.
We got a contest going on. Who can get the most? Without getting caught.
Hi.
How you running today?
Pretty good. Can't believe I'm not gonna see you till the banquet.
I don't even want to think about it.
Makes me sad.
Brandon, it is a way you can lose that championship. DQ. You get a DQ for rough driving or anything like that, you lose that championship. just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. We don't need no DQ. I mean, it's in the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be smart.
Just thinking. Thinking about the race. What I gotta do.
This last race, I think, is real important to him. I think it's his last go-kart race he's going to be in. I think we're done after this year running the kart, so he's going to go out there and do whatever he needs to do and have fun and try to win the race. Annabeth's 5th in the points, but she needs to finish in the top 5 to hold that 5th place position. Get a top 5 finish is going to be important for them.
Hit your marks out there, good. Down through 1 and 2, that's 2 tenths down there. Underneath that bump and go, all right? Dylan Izzo on the pole, Christopher Rhodes in your 2nd position, Annabeth Lawrence in the orange card in 3rd, Don Thompson behind her. Off turn 4, the green flag waves and your final junior class race is underway. Down the back stretch, Josh Hobson slips past Annabeth Lawrence, putting him into the 3rd position. Christopher Rhodes, car 57 in 2nd place, Josh Hobson in 3rd, but Hobson makes a move, getting by Christopher Rhodes. Just 1 car now between him and the lead. Meanwhile, Jake Blackhurst moves to the inside of Annabeth Lawrence. He knocks her back to 5th with only 2 more laps to go. Back up front, Dylan Izzo. Better look out as Josh Hobson pulls up to his rear deck lid. He'll have 1 more lap to make his move. Into the front stretch, Hobson stays to the inside. He slips past Dylan Izzo. He takes the lead. Josh Hobson trying to take home the national championship. Josh Hobson will win your junior class race here at Chapel Hill Raceway. Dylan Izzo 2nd, Jake Blackhurst in 3rd, Christopher Rhodes in 4th, and Annabeth Lawrence rounds out your top 5.
Good racing, buddy. Nice job.
Yeah, it turned out
Nice
great.
job.
Can't believe it's over.
It's done for the season.
Maybe even forever. I'm gonna miss it, but you have to become serious, and I'm ready to buckle down in my racing career, and I'm just ready to move forward. Next year, once I get into them cars, I mean, you talk to Jeff Gordon and them, and if you ask them if they miss being in go-karts, I'm sure they wouldn't miss it at all, you know. They're in NASCAR now, you know, they got cars that go 200 miles per hour, and what could be better than that?
Good race.
So we're in the top 5?
Yeah, we're in top 5. That's all we need. You're doing good.
Since this is my first year in the Nationals, it feels good to be in the top 5. Yeah, this year, there was a point that I was just like, why do I bother with this? You know, why do I do it? And then I figured out, even when I'm at doing things with my friends and stuff, I mean, I think about what races I've missed, you know, who won, if I could have won, if I could have been right there. And that's what I love about racing, just being right there with that guy or girl, you know, just lap after lap, him being right there. I love that. No matter how much I want to be like all my friends and go to all the parties, I just couldn't give it up at all. It is what I want to do. It's what I want to do with my life, and I'm living the dream.
You gotta think about the big picture, you know what I'm saying? No circumstances, I don't care how mad somebody makes you, you cannot retaliate.
In the final race in your senior class championship, green flag flies are down into turn 1. Big time gap now between first and second as they make their way down the front stretch into turn 1. David Snyder, your leader, in your second spot, car number 35, Tyler Gauthier. And Brandon Warren in car number 2 falls back to 7th place, trying to keep distance between him and the carts around him. I want 2DQ. Turn right in.
Everybody's saying that Brandon took Cody out, but I don't think that he's the one that hit him.
And right now there's a red flag with the officials meeting to determine whether there was an infraction. Come on!
I didn't catch the full thing.
The officials have determined there were no infractions. Carts, please line up single file for a green-white checker to finish the race.
Hey, bro.
Once again, it's with great pleasure that we convene back here at Hickory for another year to crown our new national champions. We'd like to start with a special announcement. Most of you have heard of NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program, which is their development team for talented female and minority drivers. This year, they expanded the program to support a young karter who displayed great driving potential and maturity in her rookie year, consistently finishing in the top 5. Please join me in congratulating Annabeth Barnes. in honoring our junior class national champion, Joshua Hobson. Our senior class national champion, Brandon Warren.
I'm doing ROTC at my high school, and I think it's going to be a good thing for me. I'd still like to be a race car driver, but you know, we just ain't got the money to do it. It's hard times right now, and I still love racing, I always will, but there's just some things you can't do in life.
I wish that I believed in fate. I wish I didn't sleep so late. I used to be carried in the arms of cheerleaders.